sitting the vanilla ice over here.
Okay.
That would be funny if you opened the podcast with that. That would be really funny.
Well, we wouldn't have anybody ever stay.
Every, they would never come back. No, no, they wouldn't.
That's all. Come on, baby. YouTube's already up right off the bat. YouTube works so well, and then Facebook's always so slow. Come on, Facebook. Y'all can do it.
You can do it.
There we go. Just had to refresh it. Going live on Facebook and live on YouTube. Facebook's up, YouTube's up. We are live and ready to rock and roll. Donnie Mac, are you ready to start this show off with a bang, buddy?
Hey, don't blow everything up just yet, man. Don't blow everything up just yet, boss time.
We're not blowing anything up, Donnie Mac. This is another wonderful episode of the best sports podcast in the world. I am Marshentime. My partner over there doing some, I don't know what he's doing. I'm Donnie Mac, though. You know who it is. That's what my boy. We having some fun. We talking all kinds of stuff. Donnie Mac, where do we start, buddy? Where do we start?
Man, we could start anywhere, but let's start with the meat and potatoes, Martian time.
Meat and
Preseason football.
potatoes.
Football
Meat
season is
and
here, Martian.
potatoes.
Yeah, meat and potatoes, Martian time.
I
Football is
like
here,
it.
brother. We got to start there, right? We got to start there.
All
What
right,
is
listen.
something? I mean, this is the first weekend. We got to kick that round real quick because there's
Mm,
nothing really significant going on. But
true, true.
there could be a couple of players making a name for themselves on that third string, fourth string, you know what I mean? And
Mm,
then at the end of this season, we could see their names pop up, like a Cooper DeJean, people like that, you know what I mean? So, have you seen anything that popped out to you, Marshall?
listen, man, it's the first week of preseason. I don't predict anything off this. This is all garbage. This is all crap. I mean, we've seen the Philadelphia backup
Yeah.
quarterback, go 20 for 25 or something in like 200 yards and like three TDs. No, no.
That we did.
This is not against real defenses.
That's
This is
right.
against a defense who's trying to figure
That's
stuff
right.
out, who's playing around, figuring out different schemes for different players, different things. They're not the defense you're going to see in the regular season. This defense is going to be completely different. The scheme's going to be different. Because, I mean, the defensive mind doesn't want to show everything he's got, too, right, in the preseason.
No, you
He's
can't
not
do
going to
that.
show
No,
anything.
you can't do that.
It's
You
just
got
going to
to.
be base
The
stuff.
only thing, yeah, the only thing you want to draw up is a couple of schemes where you can see somebody's speed, somebody's athleticism, you
Exactly.
know what I mean, their lateral quickness, anything like that, man. That's what you want to see. I haven't really seen anything poke out, but I'm glad football's here. That's what I wanted to hear you say, dude. The best thing about it is football is back. Okay,
Football is back. You are correct,
that's the
my
meat and
friend.
potatoes for everybody's sport. I'm a huge basketball, baseball fan, but I love football too, Martian time. I don't know
Yes,
as
sir.
much as you do on the NFL aspect, but I can get down on the NFL now. I can get down.
Listen, man. You know just enough, Don. It's okay, buddy. We'll keep you in there, Donnie Mac. Though. But hey, listen, I ain't going easy on you in our fantasy football leagues. All I gotta say, bud.
Oh no,
When you
I'm not
take
going to
that
take
big
it easy on
L,
anybody.
you'll
You
have to come
couldn't.
back. You'll have to
There's
come
no
back here and
L.
say
There's no
that
L, man.
I took the L.
I am a
So,
repetitive champion, so I'm not worried about that, Martian time.
oh
I know how to get
man,
it done. Okay, no matter what sport, I know how to get it done.
yeah.
But what we need to do is put something up there at the upper echelon. The number one team has got to have something to shoot for in our league, Marshall. And I'm thinking about kicking together, a couple dollars each of us, $2 or $3 each of us, and getting us one of those crazy fantasy things off of Amazon or
I'm
something.
in.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
in.
Like
I'm
$20.
in.
That's all it's going
I'm
to
in.
take us. And I know we can pull that off. I think that would be cool. That would be cool, and
I'm down.
we
I'm
could
down.
sport it right there at your terminal at work.
Yeah,
Wherever you
there you
work
go.
at.
Yeah, it will. You're right. It will
That'd
be
be
at
pretty
my
cool.
terminal.
Yeah.
You're right. It will be at my terminal at the end of the year. That's a good way to put it, Donnie Mac.
Marshall, you hear, Marshall, that's good though. Have you come up with a fantasy football name? Let's dive
Listen,
into
man.
fantasy football real quick. Like,
I
what
got
are
a
you
couple
thinking?
ideas brewing, but you know what? That's got to stay secret until the actual league starts,
Oh,
buddy.
okay,
I want it all to
okay.
be shocked, and
I
wherever we
like your
do it,
style,
it's gonna
dude.
be
I
fun,
like
man.
your
It's gonna be
style.
fun.
I
We're gonna
like
have
your
fun one.
style.
We're gonna
It
have
is going to
fun
be
one.
fun. It is going to be fun. It's going to be uh, very, very, very funny. Is what it's going to be. It's going to be funny.
Listen,
It's going to be
listen.
comical
You know,
because
we've
it's
been
it's
talking about it for a
everybody we
while too.
know. Yeah,
So,
it's everybody we know, and this is
and
going to be a blast. This is going to be an absolutely blast.
I was talking about. I had a secret tight end that I was willing to draft. A couple
Okay.
weeks ago. And our one of our competitors has still been texting me and trying to figure out who this tight end is. He texts me every once in a while and says, "Is it this guy?" With a name and everything else. I'm like, "No, that's not him,
Oh
man. You gotta
man,
keep
it's
going. You gotta
Kate
keep
Otten,
trying."
man. It's Kate
He's
Otten.
it's
It's
Kate
obvious.
Otten.
It's Kate Otten. He's in the best offense in the
Oh
NFL.
man.
It's
Hey,
Kate
buddy, you
Otten,
keep
guys.
you keep dreaming, buddy. You go ahead and draft Kate Otten, buddy, and I'll let you
Jeff,
have it.
if you're watching
You
this,
know.
dude, it's Kate Otten. That's who it is, man. That is who it is. Or I put a bug in his ear last week. I told him a little bit of Dalton Kincaid and a little bit of Coleman.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Dalton Kincaid, he
Yeah,
could be
yeah,
a
yeah.
number one tight
I know
end.
you like. I know you like him, man. I know you like him,
He
but
could be a
Keon Coleman is not going to be your helper. So all I'm going to say, bud, he's
Keon
not going to
Coleman.
help you.
Hey,
He's not going to help
second
you.
year guy, second year
He's not
guy.
going to
I got
help
a
you.
lot of
Not
faith.
going to
I'm
help you,
not
buddy.
giving up on him. But March
Not.
time, we're talking about
Listen.
stats. We're talking about players. Like
Yes, sir.
big time, who are some of your big time sleepers for all of our followers that are watching that want to
Ooh,
win a fantasy league? Who are some of your,
big
without
time.
disclosing some of your biggest secrets, because you play a lot of money leagues and a lot of those people watch our podcast. So don't disclose everything, but give them a little bit of
Mm,
direction. Where do you
mm.
think the deepest part of your sleepers could be?
Listen, man, you got to look at teams that, especially if you're looking for offense. You're looking for offense, right? So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't always look for the best teams always. Because if your team has a great defense and not, that team doesn't have to really put up a lot of points. That's going to hurt your fantasy players overall. You got to kind of look in the teams that are going to have to pass the ball. They're going
There
to
you
have to
go.
try to score. But then you also got to look at running backs for that situation. You got to look at running backs complete opposite. So if my team's scoring, I want that running back because that running
Yep.
back is going to get more and more carries.
They
So you
got
got
to
to be
catch
careful
up.
about. You got to kind of keep an eye on the team, where they're at, where they're stationed, and look at the defenses they're playing. Of course, look at what division they're in. If you're looking at like the AFC North, man, I mean, you're looking at a tough division,
Yeah.
tough teams. Of course, I'm still picking
AFC
the
West.
big guys.
That's a
I'm
tough one
still.
too.
I mean, well, that's not even close to the same thing as the AFC North. That's not even the thing.
That is true. That is kind of true. That is kind of true.
But you got to stay
But
away from the offenses like Cleveland's offense or Pittsburgh's offense because you
no.
don't really know what they're going to do. I mean, they're playing against tough defenses almost every other week, it seems like.
So let
And
me.
they're not proven.
I'm going to cut you off real quick, Marshentime. Let's stay there on that subject right there. Now you're talking
Okay.
about. Now let's go on the defensive side.
Mm.
Now, would it be smart to take a Cleveland defense because they do have a good defense?
They have a tremendous defense. But, again, man, defenses to me have always been a week-to-week kind of thing. I kind of look for the matchups. I don't really go for one defense all year long unless I get like a top defense like the Broncos. That's the Broncos defense is going to be one of those teams where I would probably start almost every week just because of the cornerbacks and the safeties they have. But there's not too many defenses I would be willing to start every week.
Now, there's a big tip for you guys right there. Marshentime just said a mouthful right there, guys. If you are not paying attention, that was a big tip for you guys. Pay attention when Marshentime's speaking. He knows what he's talking about when it comes to this fantasy stuff with football. Last question for you, Marshentime. How big is a kicker for you in fantasy football? This is the biggest question every year I see on the totem.
If you don't get Dicker the kicker, I don't care what kicker you get. Listen, no, honestly, kickers, you want teams that can move the ball but can't punch it in. That's what you really got to look for. Like, and I hate to say this, like the Miami Dolphins. We move the ball plenty, but guess what? We don't ever freaking put it in the end zone because Tua always sucks in the red zone. So that seems to how.
Oh, that's a little biased there, Marshentime. That's a little biased on
How is
that
it biased
hurt.
when it's my
That's
team,
hurt.
man?
Yeah, that's biased.
That's just how it's truth.
That's a negative bias. That's what they call
that.
That
Is
a
the
negative
truth,
bias.
Donnie Mac.
That's a negative bias.
That is the truth, buddy.
Marshentime, I need you.
110%
Hey,
the truth.
I need you to calm down. But I will throw this in there too. But an offense that that scores at a high volume, that'll get 4 and 5 and 6 touchdowns a game plus an extra field goal, I would take that kicker too, because you're going to get
If you
6
get that
points
many
every week.
touchdowns, I mean, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're playing with the Ravens or something who are going to score a
Yeah.
lot, even
Absolutely.
the Cincinnati Bengals who
I
are
would
going to
do
score
that.
a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have to score a lot, especially, I mean, the Cincinnati
Well,
Bengals are going to score a lot.
oh,
So,
those
I'm
guys,
just
you got
saying.
to be careful. A team like that, you got to be careful, because those are teams that are going to be caught in 2-point conversion situations also. So
Sometimes.
you got to be careful with those type of teams right there that are just down on their defense. If they sign Trey Henderson, I'm not so worried. But if they don't sign that guy and no pressure on the opposing quarterback, they're
He's
going to.
signed for a year. He's there for 1 year.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did sign. You know what I mean? So that
1 year, $21 million.
that shores up a little bit for them. So that gives them a little bit of hope, because they got a new young rookie, taking the place of Sam Hubbard. So that might be good. Secondary's still a problem. You can't get pressure. That secondary is going to be a problem for Cincinnati. They're still young.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, I'm excited to see what happens this year.
Me too.
Fantasy's going to be fun. You see, I got fantasy up there, but it's
I
going to
do.
be the fantasy studs, Donnie Mac. We're going to be talking fantasy studs, buddy.
Let's do it, buddy.
We're talking, we're going to go quarterback, running back, receivers. We're going to go 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a tight end, of course. And 1 flex position. So you can pick anybody else in that last spot, man, Donnie Mac.
So this is going to be overall for the season. Who do you think the
fantasy studs? Who is going to be so consistent that that can win you a championship?
Oh, okay.
Doesn't have to be a guy that goes off 1 week here and then has a bad week. I want guys who are going to be consistent to win you that championship, Donnie Mac.
Let's do it. Let's do it, Marshentime. Kick it off, man. I'm excited for this. It's football season. Let's get the pigskin rolling, man.
Football season. I'm excited.
Season.
I'm ready, Donnie Mac.
Hit that horn.
Listen, I'm going quarterback right off the bat, man. Quarterbacks. You think about it, you look at them.
Oh,
there's the consistent ones, But listen, I'm going to try not to pick the top guys. I'm going to try to pick a little bit lower guys, just for people, seeing out there, looking out there, thinking, if they really need a quarterback, this could be the guy to go after.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to pick the top 3 guys, but I'm going to pick a guy who's very consistent.
I'm going to stay with
who seems to get rushing touchdowns all the time, and that is going to be Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is a very good fantasy option, very steady, always in the top 10 every year in fantasy. Always in the top.
I like Jalen Hurts.
Every year.
I really like Jalen Hurts as my quarterback, as a fantasy stud who can help you win a championship, who's going to be so consistent, and you're not going to have to waste a 1st or 2nd round pick on him. That's what's key.
Yeah, that's a big key. Big key right there, Marshentime. I'm going to stay with you on that, though. I'm going to stay with you that I'm not going to hit you with a top 3 quarterback in this position right now.
I like it.
I'm going to hit you with the sleeper of all quarterbacks in fantasy. He's led the league. He's led the league. He's led the league in passing touchdowns in the last 2 years, Marshentime. He throws some rushing in there also. It is Baker Mayfield from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I already knew who you were going to pick before you even said it, buddy.
This guy is going to be a touchdown king in fantasy this year, guys. If you can grab him, he's going to be your number 1. He might be hurt for 1 week, but he will come back. He's that kind of guy.
Baker Mayfield for Donnie Mac. I respect it though, Donnie Mac. I knew who you were going with.
When the guy leads in league in touchdown for the last 2 years, you can't argue with that. You cannot argue with that.
No, you can't. Let me try to get a better pen here. There we go. We're going to go.
I think it's 63 touchdowns in 2 years. I believe that's what the number is.
Baker does his thing, man. I'm telling you. I love Baker. Now we're going into running backs, Donnie Mac. I love my running backs. I talk about it all the time. Here's the thing. Again, I'm staying away from the top guys. Of course, you got Saquon who's going to be good. You got all those guys who are going to be insane. You got Derrick Henry. You got Saquon. But you know what? I'm going with the team who you just talked about in the Buccaneers, and I'm going with Bucky Irvin.
Bucky.
I like Bucky, man.
That's a good one, man. Bucky. That's a very, very good pick, man.
So that's Bucky a very Irvin good pick. One of my stud players of the year. Bucky Irvin.
I'm going to stay with you there, Marshentime, and this guy, he was a fantasy bruiser a couple of years ago, had an injury.
Bruiser.
He's coming back off an injury, the second year off an injury, a new team, good defense, an offensive-minded coach, a defensive-minded coach We're going with Nick Chubb. You got it, Marshentime. You don't have to say it that loud. Nick Chubb,
I
this
already
is going
knew.
to be a breakout year for this
I
guy
like it.
right here
Listen,
in
you know I have a
fantasy.
soft
You
spot for
better
Nick
watch
Chubb,
it.
Donnie
You
Mac.
better watch
I
this
have a
guy.
soft
He's
spot for
going to
that.
be
I
awesome.
respect it.
He's going to
That
be
made me feel
awesome.
good. That made me feel
He's going to
good,
be
Donnie Mac.
awesome, Marshentime.
That made
He
me
is
feel
going to
good,
be.
buddy.
He's going to be a stud. He might have 12 touchdowns on the
Ooh.
ground, 3 in the air, 13
Ooh,
total.
okay. Okay. Listen, I'd be for it. I'm always for it. But here's my thing.
When you have a quarterback like that, it makes it easy for a running back like
That
that.
100% true. And now the problem is with the second running back. You got all the top guys up there, but you're looking for
Mm-hmm.
another consistent guy, right?
Got to
You're
have that
looking
guy.
for you're looking for a guy. This is probably going to be your third string running back, but you need that guy who can step up and get you those 10, 15 points every single week. You've already seen Devon Achane go by. You've seen
Mm-hmm.
Saquon go. You've seen
Yep.
CMC go. You're
You
getting a little
seen
worried,
Derrick
right?
Henry
You're
go?
getting a
Yeah.
little worried. You're getting that little thing. Listen, give me Josh Jacobs from Green Bay. This guy is a bruising back who has finally started to show some hands, man. Last year he was doing some good receiving. He's that Green Bay #1 back. He
That's a
doesn't
good
really
one.
have anybody to split carries with. Give me Josh Jacobs.
That's a good one there, Marshentime. And I can't really disagree with you right there because he's a
Thank you.
sleeper.
Thank you.
A lot of people slept on him last year, and he did his thing last year. You know what I mean? So, Marshentime, I'm going to stick
Tony,
with
don't
you
even
there.
start with me, buddy. That's a
Hey,
good, funny guy, though. Hey, I appreciate it, though, Tony.
I
It's
was
good to see you, bud. Good to see you.
welcome in, Tony. I don't know what Tony we're talking
That's
to, but
Adamo.
welcome in,
Tony
brother.
Adamo. Tony
Oh,
Adamo.
Tony Adamo, welcome in. Good to see
Yeah.
you, brother. Hey, Marshentime, I'm going to stay with you though. I'm going to stick with a rookie running back, okay, with a little bit of fantasy
I like
points, that low tier running back. I
I like
watched
it.
him and a little bit of preseason, a little bit of the off season workouts and mini camps. I'm going to go with Cam Scatterbo. This kid's got a little
Oh,
bit of speed.
Cam.
He's got some hands on him, man. You guys better watch him. He is a rookie. Not going to get the rookie of the year, but he will be in the running for
Oh, Scatterbo. That's a
Scatterbo.
surprise, man. That's a surprise.
And
And
New
listen,
York kicks
Caleb
out a
Williams
lot of
will do
running
better
backs,
this
too.
year, I feel like. Caleb Williams will take a step forward. Because he can't take a step back, to be fair, though. But, I mean, he will take a step forward this year. I just want to throw that out there. He will take
Well,
a
you know,
step forward with Ben Johnson.
yeah,
So,
I would like to think so.
you
And that
know,
offensive line, Marshentime, man, they got a lot better
listen,
over there in Chicago.
we're going receivers, though, Donnie Mac.
Okay.
I've talked about this receiver a lot lately. And I've said that he's going to have a big year. Because I think he's going to make the comeback. He was hurt a little bit last year. But I think he wants to prove that he can be a #1 guy again. And that is going to be Jalen Waddle.
Jalen
For
Waddle.
my
Okay.
Miami Dolphins, man. I think Jalen Waddle is going to be huge this year. I think he's going to step up. I think he's going to have more than, 5 touchdowns. I think he's going to have 9 or 10 touchdowns this year. I really do. I think he's going to step up and be that kind of that sneaky #2 receiver that's going to be really deadly in the playoffs.
I can't really wholly disagree with you right there. It's time for him to step up and do something, especially with all the attention with Tyreek Hill down there. He's got to do something to get the attention off of everybody else, right? Why not pull it to him? He's that good, though. Jalen Waddle is that good, Marshentime. I watched that. I'm going to stay with you on this one here. I'm going to stay with you
It.
on this
Stay
one
with
here.
it.
I'm going to stay wide receivers in that slot, and you may not agree with this one, okay? And I don't know if he really classifies, but he's coming off an injury again, and he's in that same offense with that quarterback I just put up there, and it's Chris Goodwin. Okay, when Goodwin comes back, yeah, Goodwin, however you pronounce his name, he's a good possession receiver, and if he can stay healthy, this guy right here is going to have 90 catches in this offense this year. Now, they did add a nice, young, talented rookie in there from Ohio State, Nuboka, which they're raving about, but this guy right here has already solidified his spot in the roster.
When he comes back. Because I think he's
when
going
he
to be out
comes
for
back.
a couple of weeks. So
exactly. So when he comes back, this is a guy in the low rounds. You could tuck down, put him in the IR right away, and when he comes back in third, fourth week, he's going to be ready to go.
I respect it, Donnie Mac. I think that's going to be a good pick. I think he's going to be, he's always one of those consistent guys who
he is.
You got Mike Evans, who's always going to blow the top off. Of course, that's the
he's a number
guy.
one. Yeah, he's
you're
a
not
number
going to be surprised about that guy. But then, all right, now jumping in, looking at some other guys, this is where it gets hard because receivers aren't always consistent. Receivers are those guys who can fall off, fall up, go up, go down, and gets kind of scary. It gets a little bit hairy here at this little spot. You got to find that guy that's consistent. Find the guy that can lead you to the promised land. And
Have that sleeper. Have that sleeper.
That sleeper, man. It's
that
special.
Sleeper.
This is that
That's
special
stud
guy.
sleeper.
You gotta
That's
hold
going to get
in.
you there.
You got to be secret about it a little bit. But you know what?
You do.
Donnie Mac, I'm going with a boy who's going back to where he was from. He's going back to L.A. I'm going Keenan Allen, baby. Keenan Allen with Justin Herbert back.
Yeah.
And we all know what Keenan Allen can do.
Well, we've watched it for a couple years in a row, man. We've had her on our Super Bowl rosters, man. We've had him on our Super Bowl rosters, and that's no surprise. That's a very good sleeper pick for anybody looking for something in the late rounds. You're going to be able to snag him. That's probably 10 to 15 touchdowns easy for him. Easy. And then you throw a lad in there. This is good. He's an end zone threat. That's what he is.
Yes.
When they get in the red zone, you got me excited with that one, Marshentime. You got me excited with that one. And I'm going to stay with Tony on this one. I'm going to go back with that Chicago Bears offense. And that second wide receiver, he's a sleeper. He got a little bit of action last year. Now he's going to get a lot of action this year. And Rome Odunze, second-year player guy. He's going to be a big possession guy. He's going to have 90 receptions also. But the big deal for him, he's going to have at least 1,400 yards on this season right here. 1,400 yards. Rome is going to shine.
Listen, there's only one problem, Donnie Mac. You got Caleb Williams throwing the ball, buddy. It ain't going to happen. I'm sorry. It ain't going to work. Listen, now we're going tight end. Here's the fun. I'm not saying my secret pick because I'm not. I don't want Jeff getting any heads up on this or anything.
Oh, okay.
I don't want any heads up here on for it.
Okay.
But I am going to go with a guy who I really have liked, and I've seen what he's done, and he's going to make a comeback. He's going with the rookie quarterback. Well, he's pretty much a rookie quarterback. This is his first year for playing, pretty much. He was drafted last year as the number 5. He got hurt. J.J. McCarthy. I'm going with the Hawk, baby. Give me T.J. Hawkinson.
You have to.
This guy is going to make a huge year this year, man. I'm telling you.
Marshentime,
favorite guy is.
I'm not sure this guy is going to last very long in the draft. I'm not sure he's going to last very long in the draft because a lot of people are talking about the Hawk, man. You get a rookie because essentially that's what JJ is.
You have to.
You get a rookie.
You can sneak this guy out after like the 5th tight end. You're doing a good thing. Is all I'm saying.
Well, you are. That you are right now. I'm going to jump to Pittsburgh. I'm going to go to the guy that the Miami Dolphins lost. And the Pittsburgh Steelers desperately needed another guy to help them stretch that field up the seam next to Freiermuth. And I'm going with Jonnu Smith. I think this is an excellent ad by them, not because he was being a prima donna down in Miami and wanted out. He wanted paid, you know what I mean? Because he can stretch the field in the seam next to a guy like DK Metcalf, and you got Freiermuth underneath. This just sets up an Aaron Rodgers, do or die season right here.
I like that pick. It's a very good pick. I think he's going to be a surprise tight end of the year, and I think he's going to make a big jump. But again,
I do.
Freiermuth is going to take a lot of those things away from him, I think,
he will. He would take a lot of that underneath stuff.
I don't know if I would go 100% with, I'd be a little bit cautious with him.
I'm looking at 60 catches for 1,000 yards for 7 touchdowns. That's what I'm looking at up that
That's pretty big, Donnie Mac.
That's what I'm looking at.
Buddy.
Freiermuth, I'm looking at 90 catches for 800 yards. Underneath, a lot of dink and dunks, man. It's going to be DK and Jonnu up those seams and on the outsides, man. That's what it's going to be.
Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna argue.
You remember Jermichael Finley and Aaron Rodgers? You remember that? That's what Jonnu's going to be. That's what he's going to be.
It could be.
That's what he's going to be.
Now we're going to the flex position, Donnie Mac. We're going to the last guy. He could be anything. He could be a running back, a receiver, a tight end. He can be anybody.
Anything but a quarterback.
Anybody but a quarterback. You're right. Or defense, I guess. Or kicker, I guess. You don't have any of those. But yeah. Listen,
Dicker.
I got Dicker. Around, that's who I'm looking for. But
and Dicker the kicker. Stop it, Marshentime. Stop it. I like the Cincinnati colors on your chair, by the way. I forgot to
Thank you.
tell you
You
that.
know, it's actually kind of red, but it fits in. You know, I mean, it kind of looks orange there, but that's all right. We'll let it go. But no, you know, Donnie Mac, I looked at this. I thought about it. This is one of the weird positions. There's
Yeah,
so
it
many
is.
guys out there who I think could go off, um, but there's not that one person that's really sticking in my mind that I really would say this is the guy to go after, except for Vidal from the Los Angeles Chargers.
Ooh.
Vidal. I'm not going to try to say his first name because I think it's Khalil,
C- Yeah,
you
I
know.
know
But I'm not
exactly
going
who
to
you're
try to
talking
say.
about.
But this is Vidal, the running back from the Los Angeles Chargers.
And not Hampton though. Why
Not
why not
Hampton. Not
Hampton?
Hampton. I
Why
don't
would
think
you not
Hampton's
choose
going to do it,
Hampton?
man. I don't think Hampton's
Really?
going to be there for very long. I think he's going to get hurt.
Really?
I really do. I think
Wow.
Vidal's going to step up and be that
Mario
guy
Hampton
who's going to
is
be
supposed to be the
deadly, man.
guy over there.
He
Wow,
he
Marshall time.
is. He is.
That's
But here's the
that's a
thing.
big
I
surprise to hear
don't
you
have
say
faith
that.
in him. I'm
That's a
sorry.
big surprise.
John Harbaugh, you know, or Jim Harbaugh, is a guy who likes to run the ball, who likes to pound it, and pound it. We're talking about a third running back here. You know, all the big drafts, everybody's gone. I'm going with the guy who's going to be sneaky, who's going to come in about week 4, week 5, and show up just like Devon Achane did in his rookie season. But
Yeah,
he's going to be just as good. And Jim Harbaugh is going to see that, and guess what? Jim Harbaugh is going to hand him the rock because we know what Jim Harbaugh likes to do.
okay, Marshentime. Hey, you're gonna go that wicked, man. I'm gonna go a little bit wicked with you, man. I'm gonna go way down there. I'm gonna go in the
Way
depths.
down there.
And
All
we
right, all right,
talked about this
all right.
offense to begin with, and we talked
Hit
about
me
the
with it.
receivers, the quarterback, high flying offense. Okay, we forgot about this guy coming out of the backfield and Chase Brown for the Cincinnati Bengals. He's
Ooh,
going to catch a
okay.
lot of balls coming out of that backfield. He's going to have 600 to 700 yards receiving this year. He's going to be explosive in the screenplays. He's going to be a
I
heck of
like it.
a deal in the passing game.
I
It's going to be
like it.
good.
I like it, Donnie Mac. Now, we did all that. Donnie Mac, we're going to run through, we're going to do players to stay away from.
Players, stay away from them. Okay.
Players to stay away from. Give me your
Can I go
first
first?
quarterback to stay away from. Yeah, hit me with it.
First quarterback to stay away from is going to be Jared Goff. Be very,
Ooh.
very weary of Jared Goff this year. Okay, he does
Wow.
not have the same offensive coordinator. He's got to learn a new offense, and what?
Wow.
This is his third offense in the last 4 years
Mm.
that had to learn. Marshall, that's hard to do. He got used to that one. Okay, he's going to have a little bit of hiccups in the first half of this season. Be wary of it. Be wary of it.
Donnie Mac, I'm going. Just stay away from any New York quarterback. I don't care if it's the Jets, if it's the Giants. Stay away from them. Just stay away from any New York quarterback. You know what? I
Not
would take
even
Caleb
not.
Williams over them.
Well, what about Josh Allen? He's in New York.
No, he's not a New York team, sir. That's Buffalo. That's
Well,
different.
it's
There's
Buffalo,
difference.
New York. I
Yeah,
mean,
but you
it's
know what? He's in Buffalo, sir. And they're good. They're Donnie Mac Ghost.
my bad.
No,
That's
I'm not
Buffalo, New
counting
York,
Josh Allen.
though. Uh,
Listen, that's not a New York quarterback, man. I'm talking the Big Apple. I'm talking New York City. We're talking Giants. We're talking Jets. Stay away from them. But no, in all seriousness, I'd stay away from those guys. But another guy I would try to stay away from this year, and I feel bad for it, is gonna be Bryce Young.
Ooh, that's a good
I
pick,
think I'm
though.
staying
That's a
away from
good
Bryce
pick.
Young still. I know everybody keeps saying he's gonna have a big year.
He did have a
Uh,
healthy second
listen,
half last year.
he did
Second
have
half,
a
but nobody
decent
was.
second half.
There was no threat to anybody. That was
There's
the
just not.
problem.
I just don't
That
think
was
there's
the
enough,
problem.
man. I don't think there's enough
Yep.
there for him to help him out. That offensive line is still terrible. I'd stay away from Bryce Young. I have a feeling he may get hurt this year. Stay away
Ooh,
from Bryce Young.
ooh, that's a good pick, man. That's a good pick. I like that, and I can't disagree with it. That's 100%.
Donnie Mac, we're jumping into running backs. Who are you staying away from?
Running running backs, Marshall time. I'm going to stay away from Jonathan Taylor. That's who I'm going to stay away from this
Ooh,
year.
JT.
With the Colts, the
Staying away from
quarterback
JT.
uncertainty right now, that's
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of scary. He
Yeah,
was
he
big last
dislocated his
year.
pinky finger. Come on now, give him.
You know what I mean? But it's kind of weird for him. Everybody
Yeah.
knows what's coming. JT. Defenses can stack the box and stop him, and that's what's going to happen.
Oof. You know, I don't blame you. And you know what? I'm staying in that same kind of thing, and I'm going Kenneth Walker. I'm staying
Ooh,
away from
that's a good
Kenneth
one.
Walker
Yeah.
from Seattle. You
Yep.
know, I feel like it's
Yep.
the same exact thing. You know, and
100%.
he's playing good defenses. You know, he's not playing light defenses. He's going to be playing tough defenses. The only reason I kind of pick him over JT is because JT plays weaker defenses. He's going to be playing weaker defenses all year long. Kenneth Walker plays some stout defenses, and I'm a little worried about him this year, man. I mean, he gets hurt almost every
That's
single year. When he
that's a
plays,
very good
supposedly
pick.
supposed to be good, but his offensive line kind of left him. His center's gone. His right guard's gone. I'm staying away from Kenneth Walker this year.
That's a good, very, very good pick. Very good pick.
Donnie Mack, give me your receiver to stay away from.
Receivers to stay away from Marshentime. I'm going to go back with that same team in Indianapolis. I'm sorry, guys, but
Man,
either
you just hitting
Michael
Indianapolis hard right now,
Michael
man.
Pittman Jr. It's not Josh
Gosh,
Dowds this time. Michael
just hitting
Pittman
him.
Jr. Now, it's not because of the quarterbacks. That does play into it. That's like 30 or 40% of it, Marshall time. But these two receivers have had injury problems for the last 2 years. They could
True,
not stay healthy themselves. So I'm
very
putting
true.
Michael Pittman Jr. as the number one injury prone guy with uncertainty at quarterback. This is going to be a mess.
You know what? I can't argue with it, Donnie Mack. I can't argue with it. I like Indianapolis a little bit. I have fond feelings though. With Peyton and Edgerrin James and everybody. But you know what? I agree. My guy I'm staying away from, man. I hate to say this, but it's Marvin Harrison Jr. He still has all
Ooh.
this hype. He still has it all. I just don't see him making that step up, man. I really don't. I don't see him making a huge jump. There's just nobody around to help him. I think Trey McBride's still going to get 90% of the targets I feel like that Kyler Murray's going to throw. And Marvin Harrison's still going to be left out. I mean, he's going to have decent weeks, but he's not going to be that stud, that guy that's going to lead you to the championship. He may actually cost you games in the regular season.
Yeah, he could. He could. And if you had him last year, he actually did. Martian time, I'll point this out. Martian time, Marvin Harrison and Marvin Harrison Jr. When you put their rookies
Mm-hmm.
numbers up next to each other, they're almost identical. Almost
Yeah, but
identical. It
there's
was
a big
amazing
difference.
when I
Marvin
saw it.
Harrison
That
had
has a
Peyton
lot
Manning as a
different
quarterback, so
different subject than fantasy. You know what I mean? Different subject than fantasy, but they were almost identical. Even with
yeah.
Peyton Manning or whatever at quarterback, they were identical numbers, damn near identical. It was pretty cool to see.
Listen, there's a big difference though. Marvin Harrison had Peyton Manning. Is all I gotta say. There's a big difference in a jump up there.
Like,
But you're right,
hey,
Donnie.
Kyler
Donnie
Murray,
Mack.
if he could stay healthy, he's not bad. He's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
bad.
yeah, yeah.
If he could
He's
stay
not Peyton
on the
Manning.
field.
Hit me here with your tight end. Hit
No,
me with your
he's
tight end.
not.
Hit me with your
He's
tight end.
not. One tight end to stay away from is going to be Travis Kelsey. That's number one on my list. I
Mm.
don't care who you are, where you are. He's just a big name now. He's
He
going
doesn't
to
like
be
his Taylor
there.
Swift. Man, listen, he's gonna be
Listen,
shaking it off though. Come on, Donnie Mac.
hey, he's
He's
no, he can shake off whatever he wants, but what he's going to be doing 60% of the time
uh,
this season is he's going to be blocking, either for run plays or on screen plays. He's going to be a big name
mm,
to draw attention, and that's all he's going to be. He's going to be blocking. He's going to be
okay.
a divert. That's all he's going to be. He's not going to do much this year. You thought last year was a down year? This year is going to be subpart of that year.
Wow. Okay. You know what, Donnie Mac? I respect it. Here's my whole thing this year is going to be. I feel like Sam Laporta. Stay away from Sam Laporta this year. I
Ooh,
feel like they have too many
because there you
weapons there,
go.
man. I feel like Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameer Gibbs, Jamison Williamson, all these guys, David Montgomery. There's just too many. There's too many hands in the cookie jar. Somebody's
Yeah.
got to be left out. It's not going to be Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And,
It's not going to
and
be Jameer Gibbs.
you're gonna tell me one of those guys ain't going to forget a play every now and then in the first 6 weeks?
Listen, man.
This is going to be great to watch these guys. Dan Campbell's going to have a freaking heart attack. Watch. It, it's going to be great. You all right, Martian time? You there,
Uh-huh.
buddy?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. My,
Your camera's not working.
what in the world's going on? What new recording? Oh, okay. I think I pressed the wrong button. I'll be right back.
Way to go. IT team on top of it. Way to go, guys. I'll sit here and entertain you for 1 second. But talking about fantasy, sleepers are a big deal. You're going to stay on the waiver wire all the time when you're playing fantasy football. You're going to stay on the waiver wire is the most important thing. Pay attention. Pay attention to those young rookie breakouts, those second-year players that didn't get drafted, that need to be drafted because they're starting to break out. It's going to happen. The waiver wire is a very, very important deal. Pay attention to the waiver wire.
I just had to leave you alone for a little while, Donnie Mac. It just happens. I pressed the wrong
Hey,
button.
that's okay, Marshentime. Kind of freaked me out. I was looking at
I pressed
myself, didn't know
re-record.
what
I'm
to
like,
do.
well, that doesn't work. That's not how it's supposed to work.
What
We're good.
what do we have next? What do we have next? Who's a sleeper defense that you think that you could cuff and keep all season? We talked about that's not one of your things, but one of those defenses you think you could possibly cuff and keep all year.
Man, there's really not any out there that I want to say that I would be willing to cuff. I really don't think there's one team out there that I'm willing to hold on to and waste roster spot. I really don't think there is, man. I mean, you got the Baltimore Ravens who have always been good, but they play against too many high-powered offenses. And that's
realistically,
deal,
how many points are you looking for off of a defense? What's the max points you're going to get every once in a while off a defense? I mean, is it that big
20,
of a deal?
I mean, it may be crazy when you hit the 20, but that's going to be because somebody
that's
returned
the
a
whole
touchdown,
concept.
somebody got something crazy. I mean, your average you want from a defense is probably 5 or 6 or 7. 5 to 7 points is like, all right, my defense did its job. I mean, when you hit the 20 mark, it's just like, hallelujah. It's not even going to happen every year. Let's be honest. It's not going to happen. It's not.
That is funny. That is funny.
There's some good defenses out there. Chicago's going to be that sneaky good defense. I think is going to be better than most teams think. I think Miami's is going to be horrible. Don't pick up Miami's. Don't pick up Cincinnati's. There's going to be teams just to stay away from completely.
Spot starts like you said. Teams like Cleveland. Teams like
Cleveland,
even the Raiders against
Houston,
certain teams that pass rush they can get going. I mean, you can spot start these teams every
week.
There's
lots of teams that are going to have decent defenses that you can
keep
and use. Spot here and there. That's how you're going to have to do it, though. I think it's just going to be who they're playing
Ultimately,
against.
The key is not to take up too much roster space with a defense unless you have Denver.
100%. That would be my suggestion. I'm gonna be honest. It really is, man. Denver's just that good of a defense.
You think they're that good, Marshentime?
I really do. I think they're going to be a top 10 defense in every statistical category this year, and maybe even a top 5 in almost yards per game and points per game. I really do.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure Detroit was in the top of everything last year.
It wouldn't surprise me, but Aiden's coming off a pretty big injury, so I'd be a little hesitant on it.
He is, yeah.
So,
But, big deal. Time, what else you got on your man?
Let's jump into a little bit of fishing, Donnie Mac. We finally got a tournament back, man. I don't know if you've watched any. I don't know if you've watched any of these smallmouth.
I did. I watched Trey. I watched Trey leading the tournament.
Dude, this guy, man, I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
This kid is so freaking good. He has led all day long, every single day, man.
This is exactly what KVD would have done on Lake St. Clair. Man, this is exactly what he would have done.
He's averaging 24 pounds a day. It's like, man.
Dude, Danny was right. Either. I think he's the first one to say that. This is the next KVD. This kid right here is.
100% agree.
I think he's the next king of fishing, man. It's coming. It's coming.
Man, this kid is ridiculously good. Now, don't get me wrong, Donnie Mac, I'm excited to see next year when they're only allowing half of these fishing tournaments to have sonar. I want to see if he can keep it up. If he keeps it up next year, there ain't nothing stopping this kid. This kid's going to be unstoppable.
We have to see exactly which lakes they're going to let them not use it on and use it on. Because if they don't let them use it on Lake St. Clair, that's a big deal. That is a huge deal. You got to go out there and get those smallmouth like they're doing right now without that front forward facing sonar. That changes everything. Everything. Trey McKinney may not even be in this conversation.
That's what I'm wondering about, man. I mean, I want to see it next year. But if he does it, there is no stopping this kid. I'm telling you right now. This kid is going to be unstoppable for years and years to come.
100%, man. 100%. I can't disagree with you there. Another one, Will Davis Jr. He's back in the top again. He's kicking butt. He's kicking butt again. And Eastern Fothergill back up there on the top again. Another young angler. These guys, Marshentime, absolutely phenomenal. Watch these kids coming up.
Will they be able to do it without that front-facing sonar?
without that sonar. It's
That's
going
going
to
to be
be
important to
interesting,
see,
right?
man.
What do you
I'm
think?
excited to see.
What
I
what
don't
kind of
know. That's the
what
whole
kind of
thing. I have no. I'm
that's
confused,
I
man.
don't know
I'm
neither.
shocked about it.
I'm
I'm ready for it.
I want to
I'm
see
ready to
it.
see what
I want to
happens.
see it. I want to see it.
I'm
I
ready.
want
I'm
them
ready to
to
see what
pick
happens.
the most advantageous lakes to fish without a sonar. Like if you come to Okeechobee, I mean, really, a sonar is not going to be a huge deal. We watched it on the river down here with Brandon
Yeah.
Polinick and those guys down there, but take it away from them and see what they do out there on the lake. You know what I mean? See exactly what they do out there and not come up the river and use that sonar because
Yeah.
that's what it takes to win this lake, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes
True.
you could see a bag way bigger than what we saw off of that river because they were so focused. We saw a half a dozen boats out there on that river in the
Mm-hmm.
same spot at one point during that. You know what I mean? Put them all out there on this lake. This is a 72 square mile lake, man. I mean, it's 72 by 72 square.
Listen,
Put them out there.
they're
Let
not
them
even
go
coming.
fish
They're not even
because
coming to Florida next year, Donnie Mac,
they're not even coming to
which is
Florida. I saw the
shocking
season.
me.
I
No
saw it.
Florida,
They're
no
starting in
Texas.
Alabama. I saw
It's
that.
crazy next year, man. I'm telling you, Bassmasters, they're doing some weird things, and I don't know if I'm for it or not. But you know what? I'm ready to watch and I'm ready to see. But if it goes downhill
Hey,
quickly, listen,
maybe it's got something to do with that sonar. Maybe it has something to do.
maybe. But
Maybe they're
listen,
going
if
to
we
put
start
them
going
on
to
those
like the
deeper
Sabines
lakes
River,
and
that
take it
crap.
away from them.
Listen, if we do
Yeah,
another one of
yeah.
those Sabines, though, I'm done. Like I can't do this again. Like that was just insane, man. I'm not watching no 25-pound bag for 3 days win a tournament. I'm not doing it.
Hey,
I'm not. I'm not
Martian
allowed.
time,
Like, man, I
it
could
was
go out and catch
brutal, wasn't it?
25
It
pounds with
was.
freaking minnows. Like, my God, man, get out of here.
I remember
Get out of
seeing
here
your
with this
face when I
garbage.
said the biggest one caught here might be 4 pounds. You were like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, you better look at the past weights,
I don't even think there was a 4-pounder caught, man. I think there was
Yeah, I don't think
one
so.
four
Not
pound
this
fish
year.
caught this whole tournament. I mean, that's
Maybe,
absurd. Get
maybe,
me out of that.
maybe
No,
a
I'm
three
not. I'm not
nine.
doing this. I'm not doing this. I can't. I can't do it, man. It hurts my heart too much.
That's great.
It breaks
That's
fishing.
great, man.
It breaks fishing,
Yeah,
man. I'm
I do
telling you.
agree with you there. If you're going to take the sonar away, man, take that river away too, because that's a waste of everybody's time right there. We want to see.
100%.
You're supposed to be the bass masters, right? This
Yeah.
is the king of the fish. You are the
I want
master
to.
of the bass.
I want to
Okay.
see those 7-8 pound fish brought up to the scale and shown off, man. I want to see him
Right.
pull it out of the bag and be like, "Now that's a fish." You know, I want to
That's
be
right.
jealous.
That's right.
I want to makes me want to go fishing. You know, when Trey McKinney hooked into that 5-pounder yesterday, he was pulling it in. Man, that made me want to go smallmouth fishing. I want to go smallmouth fishing now.
Yeah, yeah, 100%, 100%. And you see how fired up he was. I mean, that'll give a
100%,
20-year-old a
man.
heart attack real quick,
Yeah.
right there. That'll give a
Listen,
20-year-old a
I
heart attack.
mean,
That's what
it gave
Davey
me a
Hyde
heart
said
attack. So
on live on air. And let me say this real quick to these avid bass fans, Bassmaster fans. They're running a lot of stuff right now on Roku channel. Not only is that
mm-hmm.
live, but they're running the history of bass also, going back to the start of it from the very beginning. You're talking about your Rick Cluns. You're talking about your Bill Dances. It covered the whole story on Bill Dance and his launch and Bassmaster. Absolutely awesome watch. If you're a Bassmaster fan, if you're a bass fan, or if you're just a fishing fan and you like these guys, go watch this. Catch it on Roku. When they're not running that live Bassmaster every day, you can catch these reruns on the history of Bassmaster. Absolutely phenomenal. You got to see it.
Very true, man. I've been wanting to watch it, but since I don't have Roku, but it's okay.
It is. It is.
While we're talking about that, Donnie Mac, did you finally get to watch the movie that came out?
I watched 3/4 of it. I did, and then I fell asleep. It was a
Well,
little late.
I'll take a little bit of it. Donnie Mac. We're talking
it
Happy
was
Gilmore
good.
too, guys. I don't know if you guys have watched it, but all I gotta say is if you liked the original, you liked what it was going, go and watch Happy Gilmore 2. It was a good movie.
Yeah,
Good
it was
overall
a good
movie.
one.
Good
It was a
sports
good
movie,
one.
man. I'm enjoying it. I'm putting it up there. I love it. It was funny. It was good. I mean, I love Adam Sandler though, so I can't really say anything.
I gotta go rewatch it again, Marshentime. Like I said, I was half asleep. I fell asleep, but I gotta rewatch it again. But what I saw, I was laughing my butt off until I fell asleep. Problem was, I ate a good steak right before I watched the movie. So
now you just made
the itis got me.
Now you just made me hungry. That's just not fair, man. But it's all right. We'll let it slide. We'll let it slide, Donnie, man. But listen, while we're here, we talked fishing, we talked football, we talked all. Now, what's the next? Oh, WNBA, Donnie Mac.
Yeah.
Please tell me you've been watching some of these games. These have been some
I've been
crazy
watching.
games, man.
I've been watching. The Valkyries are getting healthy again. I've been watching.
They are.
It's been very exciting.
They
Paige
are.
Becker's got back injury right now. She's been on the bench, but Dallas has been putting up tooth and nail fight. Alyssa
Mm-hmm.
Thomas gets traded to the Suns.
That was crazy,
Or
man.
that was absolutely wicked, man, to see her go. But I mean, or not Alyssa Thomas. I'm sorry, Aaliyah Edwards. I'm sorry, it was Aaliyah Edwards. That's who got traded. Aaliyah Edwards. I think she's the one that won that one-on-one tournament for the women in the offseason in their different league. And so I'm excited to see that. That's going to bode well for them going down the stretch. For me, Marshentime, it's been the Valkyries. 100%. I'm following the Valkyries right now.
I mean, listen,
they are just underdogs,
they're
man.
a built-in
They're just
team.
underdogs.
I mean, a new team, new franchise team,
Yeah.
and right now they're sitting in playoff contention, man. They're in playoff
Right.
contention. They're not like the Connecticut Scun. They're not like the Chicago Sky, who are pretty much already eliminated. Let's be honest. They're winning games still. I mean, they're playing hard. And listen, when they're full strength, they're awesome to watch. Like their defense, I think it's probably the best defense in the league, honestly, behind the New York Liberty. I really, truly do.
It's 100%. 100%, I think so. Connecticut had that. The Connecticut Suns had that last year, but this year it is definitely them, man. They have a crunching defense led by none other than the second-year player, Kate Martin.
Yeah, I mean, listen, she plays hard, she plays fun, and she
really
enjoys
hard.
it. That's what I love watching about all these teams, man. They seem to just enjoy it so much more. I love what Lynx are doing. The Lynx are just dominating. And Navisha Collier has just been on another level.
She's been hurt for a couple of games here, Marshentime.
No, she's not. She's playing right now. I got her on my fantasy team.
Listen,
she's the only one that's keeping my fantasy team alive, Donnie Mac.
Listen, she's been hurt and she's been disappointing for the last week or so.
She needs to stay on the court.
She needs to stay on the court.
She's the player of the month, Donnie Mac. She is the player of the month. Get out of here with that garbage.
Alyssa Thomas got juked on that one, man.
Get out of here with that garbage, man.
Alyssa Thomas got juked on that.
The conference player of the month. She is. I mean, she's at. What was she averaging?
Nasfia.
What?
Nasfia.
Nasfia? No, I thought it was Nafisa.
Yeah. However you pronounce her name. Say that 10 times fast.
Yeah, I'm not going to try because we're going to be out of our mind here. 23.1 points a game on 55% shooting.
Look at Alyssa Thomas's.
Look at
hers.
You really want me to do this? You really want me to do this to you, don't you? We'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll do it. Alyssa Thomas stats, right?
I want you to. Compare these, because this girl's been balling.
We're comparing it, man. We're comparing it. Listen, I'm pulling it up right now. You want it this month or you want the whole... let's see. I don't know how to do this month.
What did you just did what for Collier?
Oh, it just pulled up the since it was a player of the month thing, it gave us the July stats.
No, it's just for July.
Yeah. But Alyssa Thomas right now in the 2025 season is averaging 25 points or 25 games played, 15.9 points, 8.7 rebounds, 9.2 assists. It's good stats. I'm not saying anything about her.
No, look at her last month, though. I mean, she has been.
I don't know how to do that, Donnie Mac. Don't let me just magically guess.
She's the only. Stuff around. It may not be Collier stats, okay, but she's this close to Collier in the last 3 weeks. I can tell you that now. She's very, very close. And I tell you that because she's played every game that they've had. Collier hasn't.
Listen, Donnie Mac, she's not Navisa Collier. I'm sorry, bud. I'm sorry.
But you got to stay on the court. How many games has she missed? Look at that on the season. How many games has Nafia Collier missed this season?
I can't believe I'm doing all this stuff just to prove you wrong again, even though you're not going to admit it. Because I know you. You're not going to admit it.
No, I'm not. Because she misses too many games. It's skewed. It's a skewed stat.
Hang on. I'm pulling it up right now, Donnie Mac. Calm down.
She missed at least 3 games in this, or 4 games in this month.
I just want to point out she's played more games than Collier than Alyssa Thomas has.
Oh, come on, man!
By 2 games, 2 games more than Thomas. So I don't want to hear your crap anymore.
How many did she miss in the last month?
Not very many. I don't know where you're looking at. She's missing games, dude.
Dude, she's been on the shelf for at least 3 games.
She hasn't.
Oh man,
She literally just missed the last game. That was it. That was it.
that was it. Just the last
Just the
game.
last game. Yeah, just the last game,
That's
Donnie
it.
Mac. That's
She
it.
wasn't short on minutes or nothing. None
No,
of
no,
that,
I
huh?
know.
Oh
20, she
man,
played 28, 20, 35, 37, 26, 28. Her last 7 games before that.
no,
So
that's
don't be
about
giving
in
her
par. Yeah,
disrespect,
that's
all
about
right?
in par.
You
Hey, no,
no,
hey,
quit
I'm going to have
disrespecting
to
her.
now because every time I look at her, she's questionable. There's this
She
wrong
is
with her.
always
Every time I
questionable, but
look
she
at her.
always plays. I don't know why she's always questionable, but she always plays.
That's like Anthony Davis and LeBron James all
Oh
last year.
man, no, we're not getting no. Don't start with that garbage. Don't start
They
with
were.
that
They were on the
trash.
questionable list every day. Every day.
Donnie Mac, what are you
You
thinking
say they
about
weren't?
everybody else though? What are you thinking about WNBA? Well, do you think anybody's going to be, surprising in the playoffs? Do you think there's a team that's going to dominate the playoffs? Where do you see this going towards?
You know what? Right now, it's kind of skewed. It's a lot skewed. You don't have Brianna Stewart playing. She's
You
been
don't.
on the shelf for the last 3 weeks. You don't have Caitlin Clark playing.
You
She's
don't.
been on the shelf for the last 2 weeks. So it's kind of skewed. Everything isn't going the way that we're going to see it at the end of this year. That's the problem
True.
because these two players that we're talking about are going to be healthy, but are they going to stay healthy going into the playoffs? So you throw
That's a
Brianna
big
Stewart
question.
in with the New York Liberty, and with the New York Liberty, I mean, with that defense and Brianna Stewart's offense, and obviously she brings a tenacious defense to the board too,
True.
with all her rebounding, offensive rebound. I mean, that's a big difference. And not only that, I mean, Caitlin Clark, insert her into the fever. They're still in the playoff race. She's completely healthy.
Yeah,
If she can
100%.
stay on the court, we know what she brings to the table. So
True.
it's kind of right now. I'm kind of staying back. I'm looking from afar. Paige Beckers is still on the shelf with a back injury. She's missed the last 7 games for the Dallas Wings, so it's kind of hard to say right there. Right now, I like the Valkyries, the way they go. If one person goes down, the next one steps up, and they keep on crunching away. That's the kind of team
I
that we
like it.
want to see. Whether or not they can make a deep run in the playoff is a big, big, big question. But the way they're playing, all they can do is just get better, Marshentime. That's the thing about it. They're good. If they can just get better by the end of the season when they hit the playoffs, they could be dangerous.
I like it, Donnie Mac. I respect that decision very well. Honestly, I think you're right about it. I think you're gonna see that they're gonna be a team to reckon with in the playoffs. I really do, because that
I
team
think
is
so.
just—it's not just one
Don't
person.
want to sleep on
It's
them.
they have 6 or 7 great players who can step in and score at any time, who can play anybody. They're not afraid to play against the big names. I think that's huge. I really do. I think it's gonna be fun.
It is.
I'm excited for the playoffs. I really am. I'm ready to see these playoffs again for the WNBA because last year, man, there were some banger games.
I'm excited too, Marshall Time. But even without, let me say this, even without Caitlin Clark, the Fever have really surprised me.
They
The
have.
Fever have been doing kind of the same thing the Valkyries has been doing.
Yep.
The next person up and stepping up. They're playing good defense. And Kelsey Mitchell, I don't know. She shoots the ball the weirdest way of any girl I've ever seen
But it
shoot in
goes
the
in.
WNBA. But it goes in. Oh my God. I don't know how she does it, but she is just stepping up her game night after night after night without Caitlin there. And the rest of the squad is following Marshall Time. They're impressive to watch too now. Don't sleep on them.
Well, you're 100% right, man. I mean, I'm never sleeping on anybody. You know that, Donnie Mac. Now, before we run out of time here, though, Donnie Mac, we haven't done this in a little while.
Okay.
Power ranking, Donnie Mac, MLB.
Let's
Give me
do
your
it.
top 5.
Oh, top 5. I'm going to go number 1, Chicago Cubs. I'm going to stick
Yeah,
with them.
I know you like
Chicago
them.
Cubs.
I
I
know.
think
I know.
I think they're pounding the ball. They're still doing it. They hit a walk-off grand slam, yesterday or the day before, and they're still doing it. Number 2, I'm going to throw in there the LA Dodgers. They're only getting stronger. The pitching's starting to get healthier in the back end. I'm looking at all the reports in the back end. All pitching is getting healthy right now. That's dangerous. Once they, come down the stretch in October, I like the Dodgers. They're still pounding the ball. They're still pounding the ball. Nothing to be scared about. I'm staying in the National League again. And number 3, I'm going to put the Milwaukee Brewers. I think they're for real, Martian time. The
You're
Milwaukee
putting them at
Brewers
number
are
3,
for
even though they
real.
had the best record. They're 9-1 in the
I
last
know.
10. Donnie Mac, I'm
I
disappointed in
know.
that. I'm
I
disappointed
know.
in that.
I know. They are for real, but these other 2 teams I'm just more excited about. They're more electric. Milwaukee's got to show me a little bit more. I do think they're for real because they're in my top 5, okay? But number 4,
Disrespect.
yeah, I'm going to kind of move.
Disrespect. Disrespect. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Are you
Disrespect.
done over there, Marshall
No,
Tom?
no, no. Very disrespectful.
Are you
Go
done?
ahead. Go
Are you
ahead. Go
done?
ahead. Go,
Are you
sorry,
done?
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Can I make you mad some more?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, the Seattle Mariners, I'm putting at number 4. Does that make you mad? I hope it does, because the Seattle Mariners are coming for you, Marshentime.
Honestly,
They're
not
coming
really,
for you.
because they made some great trades. Honestly, that's not very shocking.
They're
That's not a bad
coming,
one.
Marshentime. They don't look impressive in their last 10, but they're about to hit their stride. Once Eugenio Suarez hits his stride, he'll be there. And number 5, I'm going to put the Houston Astros. These team just does not go away. They stay there. They do not go away, and they will not go away, Marshentime. They will not.
Okay, okay. Donnie Mac. I'm gonna give respect where respect is due. Respect is earned, and they have earned my respect and giving the Milwaukee Brewers at that number 1 spot, Donnie Mac. They are.
I don't disagree with you.
They are starting to sit their players. They're starting to let their players rest more and more. You see it because they're ready to make that playoff run. Give me the Brewers number 1, Donnie Mac. Then you know what? I don't mind your second pick. I don't mind the Chicago Cubs, but they're not my number 2 spot. I'm jumping over, and I'm going with the Los Angeles Dodgers. You gotta stick with the Dodgers, man. The Dodgers are just that team. When they get to the playoffs, all these guys are gonna start hitting again. Shohei's gonna show up. Freddie Freeman's gonna go. Mr. That guy's new Mr. October. It's just how it goes. The LA Dodgers number 2. Number 3, I'm jumping over to the AL, and I'm going to go with the Boston Red Sox. The Boston Red Sox, man.
Yeah, I've been watching
the Danvers trade.
They're my number 6.
They've been playing 10 times better. Their pitching is really looking good. Garrett Crochet is really coming on. Like you said, he was going to win the Cy Young, man.
Told you.
The year.
I told you. This guy's electric.
Give me the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, Ayeto was looking good too.
Number 4, I agree with you, man. I'm going Seattle Mariners. I really do. I think Seattle Mariners are a good team. I think they're going to make that push. Now good. They got all this. They got all these things. They're not going to be able to pitch around Cal Raleigh anymore because they have Eugenio Suarez right behind.
Nope.
I 100%. I think their pitching needs to pick it up though,
and
it's kind of worrying me on their pitching.
They will, Marshentime. They will, because this is a solid front 4, man. These guys are solid front 4s, man. Solid. They will. Watch them. They will.
Number 5, though, for me, Donnie Mac, is going to be, this one's going to shock you, the San Diego Padres.
That's not a shocker.
Listen,
I love
man,
them.
you didn't have them on the top 5, Donnie Mac.
I love them. I love them. It's hard right now. Right now, it's hard.
But they're playing in a really tough division. They're still only 3 games back from the World Series champion, Los Angeles Dodgers, and they're making a run for it right now, man. I'm telling you.
That are hurt.
Padres, man.
Dodgers have been hurt all year. Dodgers have been hurt all year, and they still can't catch them. That's the reason why they're not my top 5.
Donnie Mac, they made some good trades at the deadline. They added pitching.
They did.
I'm telling you, man.
They had the best deadline. They had the best deadline.
Listen, watch the Padres.
Arguably
I'm just saying right here, right now. Watch the Padres. So,
no disagreement there. They had arguably the best deadline, man. The best.
Anything else would you like to talk about good today, sir?
No, not today, Marshentime. We'll let our viewers get out of here. Stop looking at us and stop hearing us for one night and go watch some preseason football.
That is pretty bad to look at. I'm going to be honest. So.
I think there's some preseason football on right now.
There is some preseason football, Donnie Mac. There always is. I get to watch my team probably watch Tua get hurt in the next game. So, listen, I'm just waiting for Tua to get a concussion, man. It's like I'm already waiting for it. I
think it's safe to say that you're not taking your team to go to the playoffs. Is that not what you're doing?
Listen, if we do, it's going to be on the back of Quinn Ewers. Is all I'm saying.
Oh, man. You know what? Joe Burrow is taking us to the Super Bowl. That's how a real fan talks, okay? Joe Burrow is taking Cincinnati to the Super Bowl. That's how a real fan talks. Let's get us out of here.
What I think of that one.
That's how a fan talks.
Your defense is garbage, Donnie Mac. It ain't going nowhere. Donnie Mac, sign us off. Sign us off. Get me out of here.
Hey, it was garbage when we got beat by the LA Rams, guys. Until next week at 7:30, guys. 863 Sports Buzz will be back. That's Marshentime. I'm Donnie Mac. Be here. We're live.